Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. I'm here with Wayne Topley from Cedar Court Hotels. How you doing, Wayne?
Really good. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much for joining us. So if you could start us off and just give us a bit more background as to who you are, what you do exactly, how long you've been doing it for, please, Wayne.
That's my favorite question because it's a great answer, actually. I'm the managing director of a hotel company in Yorkshire that if you've lived or traveled through or stayed overnight in Yorkshire, you'll know it. I've worked for all the big brands, but everyone knows who Cedar Court is. They've either been to a wedding, a funeral, or a speeding fine, or they've got some kind of story associated with Cedar
There we
Court.
go.
99% is good. So I look after Cedar Court. It's four hotels, 500 bedrooms, 325 team members. It's good fun. That's my job. That's my day job.
Brilliant. And how long have you been working as managing director for Cedar Court Hotels?
6 years, longest job I've ever had. I mean, you don't count 2 years of COVID, do you? That was just like a dress rehearsal for real life. So six
Yeah.
years and counting.
Wow, fantastic. So 6 years, that's a long time in the hospitality industry, one could say. So what is it that's
Not at all. Not at all. I've had a lifetime in it. I've had a lifetime. I'm one
a
of those
lifetime?
weirdos that left
Well,
school.
yeah.
I left school knowing I wanted to do this. When I was there with my career advisor at 12 years old, I knew I wanted to be a chef. And then I got a bit bored of smelling of food and coming home. And then somebody invited me to the side of the hot plate, and that's it. I've never wanted to do anything else. Never have done anything else. I'm one of those weirdos who enjoys his job and has enjoyed it since forever. And I've never tried anything different.
And so what's kept you at Cedar Court Hotels then for that period of time? What is it that kind of, I suppose, the essence of the company that keeps you there and what you guys offer to the customer?
Dead simple. It was a perfect opportunity for me. I've always spent a couple of years in corporate, then a couple of years in private. This opportunity was unique because it's been bought out of administration by a high net worth individual who is hands off but knows what he's doing. He runs a number of businesses. It's all through WhatsApp. It's visits twice a year, and other than that, I am in charge, and I've got my own train set. And it's been great to put the 30 years of experience of management into practice. We've made some amazing mistakes. We've made some amazing victories, and we've transformed the group. That's been what's kept me excited and motivated for so long. Because we've repositioned the hotels from what they were to what they are today. They're award winning. They're good standard. They've got great people. We've had some serious recognition for what we're doing, and it's just great to see that the hard work and the career you've built. Once you apply it all, you do get to understand what those results are. That's what's exciting about it.
Fantastic. What a great summary there. So what, if you were to describe that 6 years then in one word, or maybe two, if you can, one or two words, what would that be? And please expand on that just a little bit more
Okay.
depth.
It's going to be three, actually. It's going to be great Yorkshire hospitality. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what we've developed at Cedar Court. We've made it a bit of a brand. We've made it a bit of a mission. We've built that into everything, and in terms of how we recruit, um, we don't really do interviews or application forms. We just have coffees with people if they can hold eye contact, if they can be engaging, if this is politically incorrect, but if their mums and dads have done the right thing for them, we can do all the rest. That's it. And in terms of how we look after our customers, we're scarily honest, we're scarily frank. If something's not right, we'll be the first to say, you're right, we're wrong. This is what we're going to do about it. And actually, we run hotels that can do anything for anyone. We're not fives, we're not travel lodgers, we're not brands, but we can do anything for anybody in our business. And those 325 people that are in that business understand it all. So great Yorkshire hospitality. That is it. That's what Cedar Court is. And we've been given that freedom to do that, which is really exciting in business.
I love that. It sounds extremely clear, and with clarity, obviously that helps in terms of the direction of the business and the ability to achieve results. So how did that great Yorkshire hospitality phrase come about? Was that an internal meeting? Was it historically there and it just you grew that even more, or what was the explanation behind that?
Good question. We did what most businesses do. We paid a consultant some money to go away and talk about us, and then
Yeah.
came back with three ideas. And then we went, why the blooming heck did we pay some money to use that statement, which we've been banging on about for a year already, and it's there. So that was it. And it was one of those light bulb moments where like, well, that's what we've been talking about. And it means everything to everybody. And it's clear and it's transparent. And if we can achieve that, actually, we knew we'd never achieve it. It's just a journey, isn't it? It's a journey.
Yeah.
We never fully achieve it, but it just made sense. So it was a consultation where we got all the guys in the business to write a few lines on what they thought we should be aiming for. We then used a consultant, and then we came back to what we knew, and everyone in the business understood it. That was the beauty of that clarity.
Love that. Thank you for that share. In terms of the future then, and challenges and opportunities that you can foresee, because there's a lot of things that we can't predict, but from where you are now to where you'd like to be, what does that journey look like?
Well, it's tough right now, and this for us is a bit of a year of consolidation. That was our budget year is 1st of April onwards, and we were very clear. Let's just try and have a calm year. Let's just have a focused year on the detail and on the key KPIs. Let's not try and go through revolutionary change again this year. Not that we're always in charge of that, but sometimes we do self-right. Let's be clear on what we're good at. Let's be clear on where we need to deliver better. But actually, the external economy is going to give us enough to keep ourselves busy. We've got the right people in the right places. Let's just focus on consolidation and getting to the end of the year and having another budget hitting year, whilst at the same time making sure our team are improved, our guest experience improved, and our capital investment we do moves our hotel group forward. We're trying to expand, we're trying to buy, but it's tough. It's tough to buy another hotel because hoteliers are in the world of my hotel was worth this 5 years ago and I want to sell it for
Yeah.
that, but it's not realistic. And I think with all the margin pressures that businesses are finding, we're under continual reassessment of what a true EBITDA from a business is. And that's a challenge, especially when you're dealing with kind of hotels that we're looking for 100 keys, because they're invariably being palmed off by a brand or they are being handed over by a family and they're very different circumstances. So yeah, that's our ambition for this year.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for that share. So in terms of moving on to yourself and over this 6 years as the managing director of the hotels, what's been your biggest lesson, if there's one that you could share? And again, expanding sort of upon that lesson.
It's a great question. Another great question. There's hundreds. There's hundreds. There's a great lesson every day. There really is. Let's talk about making great mistakes. I think for me, the biggest piece was it's again it's boring now, but it was how we went through COVID. I was 6 months in the role. We didn't have a rule book. We didn't have a plan. We just really stuck to our key objectives, which was to provide hospitality, look after our team, look after our business, and just go all steam ahead. And I just couldn't look people in the eyes when they were saying, "Am I going to be safe to come to work?" So we closed 4 days before Boris asked us to close,
Mhm.
and that was just through our own values and our own core understanding of what we were in the business of. We couldn't actually welcome people into the hotel knowing that they might get ill there.
Yeah.
When we did that, and hindsight is an amazing thing, and luck always comes into it, doesn't it? When we closed our hotels 4 days early, it got a lot of press, it got a lot of traction, and as a result, we had over 100 inquiries for exclusive use pieces of business. People saying, "Well, we'll take your hotel because can you help us if you're closing? Can you help us?" So every single hotel got repurposed for a different use. Every hotel had its own unique service customer group. Harrogate, we did an amazing agreement with Harrogate Hospital just to look after the doctors and nurses that were staying over. Wakefield had a private contract. Bradford had Department for Transport took the hotel open over for 7 months for all the COVID cookers that got tested for COVID but were from a foreign country. Where could they go?
Mhm.
And Huddersfield got taken over by Calderdale Council to be a care home. They have 100 care homes and they wanted anybody that was testing negative to go into a safe space. So we just turned overnight from protecting people and making a right decision to then going into a whole new theatre of what a hotel can be. And I think that changed us. That
And
changed
what
us. We're still doing that now.
I was going to say, what was the legacy of that? I mean, it's shining a principle on values-based activity. How's that changed the business?
Definitely. It's changed the business in two ways. Number one is we've got clarity and confidence in what we are and what we're not. And we're not scared by that. We're not offended by that. Um, we have this internal phrase, when we get things that are challenging or we get inquiries that we don't quite fit or don't quite think we can do, we go, it's only Cedar Court. And what does it matter? We can do anything with this hotel company. It's only Cedar Court. And we imagine that's what our competitors say. On the flip side, there's not a day goes by where my phone doesn't ring or people don't stop me in the corridor and say, I've had this idea. And 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it'd have been random. But now these ideas are real. Why don't we turn, small meeting room space has tailed off since COVID because of Teams and Zooms and travel. So now It's taken a few years for that to kind of become a new trend, but now we're thinking of different things we can do with these meeting room spaces. And every hotel now has got something going on, and we're investing 100 grand of capital in turning these small spaces that have been boardrooms and meeting rooms for time immemorial. Now,
Yeah,
one is a fitness training studio, one is a hair salon, one is an office for an extension of Huddersfield University, and it's just, we're landlords now, and we
yeah,
weren't on the 1st of January, and it's just using those same principles. Look, we
yeah.
don't know how to be a landlord, but we know how to look after people, and we know how to give people hospitality, and we've got some guidance on legal. So we're just going to be your landlord, and we're just going to look after you in the same way with our customers. If that feels wrong or doesn't fit, you tell us. But 7, 8, 9 months in, the guys who are in the businesses are loving it, and we're getting recommendations to get more in because it's about hospitality and that clarity, isn't it? And keeping people safe, secure, and making sure they can use your business accordingly.
Fantastic. Seeing those challenges as opportunities. There's always
Mm,
two sides to everything. A challenge presents itself, but it then is an opportunity in a different frame of
definitely,
mind. Awesome.
definitely.
Another great share. So, what's your inspiration, Wayne, to do what you do? Obviously, you're part of the Cedar Court Hotels, and it's a living, breathing entity, and leading that. But deep down for you, what makes you want to continue to get out of bed each morning and go to work?
I think it's the people. It is the people. I always want to work in a people business. I'm good with people. I enjoy people. I can motivate people. I can calm people. I can get people to see the bigger picture, and I can really empower people to do great things and give them the opportunity and let them make their own mistakes. And I think that's all it is. At the end of the day, it's bricks and mortar. It's the people that make the hotels. But there's even people that look after the bricks and mortar, and it's about making sure those people feel trusted, they feel engaged, they feel respected, and that really, really excites me. That's what gets me up in the morning. It's not actually what usually gets me up is a phone call from somebody or a text or something I see, or somebody sends me an email that thinks that's just going to spark my interest. And it does. And it can be something minuscule or something massive. That's what wakes me up. I wouldn't wake up if people didn't communicate with me. I've got to be really honest.
Yeah,
But fundamentally, it's just about that whole people network. And one of the best things about our industry, which I know a lot of people say it's the same, but it's not. In hospitality, I've got thousands of people at network, and people will contact me who I met or worked with 20 years ago with a question or a comment or an update, or I'm just driving through, put the kettle on, all that kind of stuff. It's fantastic. And I said at the start, I enjoy my job and I enjoy my role, but actually the true skill, I think, is not seeing it as a job. It's just an extension of your life. And that's certainly the way it feels. When I grew up in hospitality, it was absolutely insociable hours. Now, thank goodness the world's caught up because pubs don't close at 2 o'clock on a Sunday anymore, and supermarkets don't close for 4 days of Christmas. So it's not what it was in terms of it's not as difficult it was, but it's unsociable hours, yes, but it's actually a life, and that's the people around me feel the same. It's been great to build that team of people who have those same vision and values and same core beliefs that this is part of life. That's what it is. That's what hospitality is.
brilliant. Would wholeheartedly agree in terms of the key for being able to do what you do and successfully do it. It has to be a passion, a way of life. So thank you for that share. In terms of any advice, if someone's starting out, let's say in the hospitality industry, might be someone's children watching this, or it could be someone who's thinking of switching industries. What would your advice be to get into the industry and move up in that world?
Um, Really simple. Don't worry about the brand. Don't worry about the location. Don't worry about the business. Just worry about, is that business going to give me enough opportunity to grow and to develop? And if the answer is yes, then the good news and bad news is back down to you. It's back down to the individual. Um, I have this conversation a lot with my team, and we do a lot of development in Cedar Court. We have 3 different tiers of programs about how we take people from team member to supervisor, supervisor to team leader, and then team leader to manager. And all those are based around these guys taking accountability, these guys being very engaging in how they position themselves in the business by having the energy and enthusiasm to ask for more, and by again being prepared to make mistakes. And those courses are great, but really all they do is signal, and it's an absolute clarity that we have made that commitment in our business. We want to grow people internally, and therefore everything we do in terms of our behaviours and our culture has to echo and mirror that. And that's it. Find a business, no matter how big, how small, how posh, how basic, um, It doesn't matter. Find a business that's got a structure to allow you to grow and develop within it. And if you've got that, the rest will be easy. That's it.
Love that kind of support along the way if you've got the right
Mm,
attitude. Yeah.
mm.
Awesome. So, lastly, then, in terms of any latest news before we wrap it up, there's been a lot of good things shared there. But in terms of what you guys are up to, or even it's a case of sharing a website for where people can go and find out more about what you do, book a hotel, that kind of thing, feel free to share it now, Wayne.
Sure. Well, we are Cedar Court Hotels. Like I say, everybody knows us.
Yeah.
If you Google us, you'll find us. I'm on LinkedIn, Wayne Topley on LinkedIn. Never offended by an approach, never offended by a question. And again, if anybody has any questions about Cedar Court, just shout out to us. It'd be great to understand what the questions are.
Thanks, Wayne. It's been a real pleasure talking with you, and I wish you all the best for the future success of the business.
Thanks, Mike. Same for yourself. Thank you. Good to meet you.